Hello, welcome to episode 160 of the Datapack tutorial series 1.2, 1.4. We're going to be giving items to teammates. For some reason I put that as two separate words. Never mind. This is a request from RexingtonR. So the idea is, let me change view. These signs just set me onto a team. So here we go. I'm on red, I'm on green, I'm on blue. Right. I go off and play a game, maybe an arena or a mini game or something. And when I die, I come into a control room that has some signs. And I can give my teammates an item. So I could give my teammate a stone or dirt or iron sword. So let's get a teammate. And for that, we've got Minion. Okay, so Minion, which team are you going to go? You're going to go on the green team, are you? Okay, so I'll go on the green team. And now Minion's going to try and give me... So Minion gets kicked out of the game. They've died. Try and give me a stone. Ah, okay, I've got a stone. Now try and give me a dirt. Oh, nothing happened. We've got it set up so when they give one item, they get tagged. That's all they're allowed to give. So we could tag Minion, remove gift given. And now Minion can give another gift. So we try with the dirt there. Okay, now I've got the dirt. Let's remove the tag again. But this time I'm going to be on a different team. I'm on the red team. And Minion clicks one of the signs. I don't get anything. Okay, so they give the item, the way it's set up at the moment, to one item to everyone on the same team. We could change that by changing the selector. You could give it to one random player or something, and then they get tagged, and they're not allowed to give any more items. So you could remove the tag if you wanted, and then they could give as many items as they like. But that is the idea. The way we've got it set up is so we're not actually using the team name. We're using a team score. Scoreboard, objectives, set display, sidebar, team ID. And when I join team, you see I'm on red, my team ID is 0. If I'm on green, my team ID is 1. And that's what we're checking. We're checking that they're the same. So at the moment, Minions and Mines is both 1, I would get the item. And now I'm on blue, I've got an ID of 2. I wouldn't get the item. Okay, and what this sign is doing, obviously, is changing my team and changing the ID. Okay, I think we might as well just get on and build it now. Okay, we're still in Minecraft because I think the first thing we're going to do is break these signs because they remember the old commands that they were summoned with. So let's get rid of those. Right, and let's pop off to VS Code. Okay, let's have a look at what we've added. Inside my namespace function, we've added team signs, and that's where we're going to put my functions. And we're going to use the load as well. And we've got a predicate here for team ID match. That's what that's going to be matching our team ID, funnily enough. I think we can guess that from the name. I think what we'll do is we'll start with a load. Makes sense. Let's set up the teams. So we'll have a team add red, team add green, team add blue, and let's set up some team colors as well. Team modify red, color red, team modify green, color color green, and team modify, I'm sure you can guess what this one is going to be, color blue. Okay, so that'll control changing our name color as we change teams, and we need a scoreboard for the team ID. Scoreboard, objectives, add, team ID, dummy. Save. Okay, done. Let's do the predicate. I think we'll use Misode for this. Team ID match. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to copy the player's team ID into a fake player, and we'll use that to check. So let's go over to Misode, and we'll have a condition. Condition, entity properties, entity, this, predicate. I want to check scores. So, I've already done it wrong, haven't I? We can't check scores in entity properties. Whoops. Let's switch to entity scores. That would be useful. Let's get rid of that little predicate there. Okay. Entity scores. Entity is this, scores. Okay. What score do we want to check? Team ID, we called it. Open. team ID. Do we want an integer? We want an object. The minimum will be an object. The maximum will be an object. The type will be a score. The type for this one will be a score. The target. Okay, target will be an object. Its type will be fixed. Let's do that for both. Target, object, type, fixed. The name. This is the name of the player we're going to check. This is why we're going to use a fake player, because the name will always stay the same. We will call them ID holder. Let's copy that. Copy, and we'll set the same down here as well for the max. ID holder. And the score we want to check, well, that's going to be team ID again. Team ID. And we'll take that, copy, and we'll put it down here. Okay, there we go. So it's going to come in and it's going to check, does the score equal ID holder's team ID score? The minimum has to be the same, the maximum has to be the same, so the number has to be the same. Okay, let's copy that. Copy, take it back, and plop it in our predicate file. There we go. Save that. Okay, next. Let's do team selection. I mean, you can select teams however you want, but I'm going to do it with a sign, but we can use a macro here. Make it a bit more interesting. Give team sign. Give the player a sign. Okay, first of all, I'm going to do it as a non-macro. I am going to give the executor an oak sign. That oak sign is going to have some block entity data, which will equal open and close. In there, we'll have an ID. ID will be, it is a sign. There we go. We'll say Minecraft sign. Okay, and we'll want front text. No point putting text on the back if it's on the wall. Open and close that. And inside here is where we want our text. So, I've used curlies. This should be a list. There we go. And we should have, I believe we have to specify every line. So we're going to need top line, second line, third line, fourth line. And I don't think they'll be happy unless they've got something in there. So let's put in each one for now text. Now, do we need little apostrophes around that as well? Okay, well that seems all right to me. So are you still not happy because the others don't have text yet? Let's try that. In fact, what we'll do, since we've done one, why type it 4 times? Let's copy this. 2, 3, 4. Okay, now I'm going to look at that and I'm going to think, why are you not happy? And I believe it's because we've put that in front text, where it needs to be in front text messages. So let's take out this little bit here. X. So we're going to put it into front text. Then we're going to put it into messages, and that should be the list, and then we'll paste that bit back in. Okay, so let's pause on this bit just for a moment, just so we can see what we've got. Front text colon, open curlies, messages colon, open square brackets, and then we have apostrophe, curly brackets, text. There we go. Then we've got that 4 times, 1 for each line. Let's do a test on this, just to make sure we've got it working. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, save, pop back, do a reload, do a function, give team sign, let's place it, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. Now let's add on what we actually want. So, first one, let's say, that's just going to be join team text 2. Well, I think I'm going to have that empty. I'm not going to have anything on that line. Text 3 will be the team name, so let's say red, and text 4 I'm going to have empty as well. Okay, save that. Now let's put in a click event, and I'm going to add that to the first. I'm going to add that to this one here, this text join. So before we close it, after the team here, let's add a click event. Click event. Oh, it's already recommending it to me. Okay, and a click event is an open and close curlies, and we have one set of those, two sets of those, and we will have in here. And we say, well, what action do you want to take? Well, I would like to run a command. Run command. Okay, what is the value of that command? Okay, well, my value is I want you to run a function. So I want you to execute as s, run function, and I want you to run team join. Team join. So here's our command. Execute as run function team join. Okay, that looks good. Let's save that. Let's go to team join. Let's just do say hi. Save that. Let's do a reload. Let's give ourselves a sign. Let's pop it down. Join team red. Let's run. Hey, there we go. I'm saying hi. Cool. Okay, now we might not want it to be red, so this is where we're going to macrofy it, just for fun. And we're going to be using a similar thing for when we make these give item signs as well. So we would do it twice. Repetition is a good way to learn. Let's macrofy this. So team name could be different. That's one thing. So I'm going to say, okay, use name instead there. That's fine. And we better now say this is using a macro command. And when I pass this function, or when I call this function, I want to pass it two things. I want to pass it an ID, and I want to pass it the name. So we'll have, if we were going to do that without a macro, we would pass ID. Let's say team red ID is 0, and the name red. Okay, well, we've got the name already, so let's use name again. Copy. Let's put name there. And let's change this to ID. Save. Okay, let's have a little check. In fact, let's change join team. Instead of saying hi, I'm going to do a macro, and you're going to say we're passing a name. Hey, stop that. And we're trying to pass an ID. Okay, save. Now let's go and do a reload. Now remember, this gives team sign function is now requiring some macro data. It needs some data passed to it. So let's try running it without passing it any data, and we get fail to instantiate function. Okay, it's missing arguments. And that is because, well, these are the arguments. So it's saying, well, you want me to do this with ID and name, but you've not given me an ID and name. So, okay, so let's run that function again, but this time, let's pass it an ID, which we'll say is 0, and we'll pass it a name, which we'll say is red. Ah, that was better. Okay. That seemed good. Now, if I right-click on it, we get red 0. Cool. Let's run that function again, but let's change red to green, and let's change ID to 1. We've got another sign. Pop that down. We get green 1. Okay, and now we can change to blue, and you can be 2. And blue. Okay, so it's not actually changing our team, but we can see it is passing the correct data. Well, let's go back and let's go to team join. So join the team, and we've got the team name. The team name is name. So what do we want to join the team? Let's have a look. Team join. We just need well, I suppose it's just team join, and it's running as me, and then we can just say name. And it's not happy. Oh, we didn't put a $sign at the beginning. Okay, set the team ID. Scoreboard players set at S, because I'm the one that clicked on the sign. Team ID, we'll set that to ID. It's not happy because we didn't put the $sign at the beginning. And let's say a message as well. Tell raw for all players, and we'll have 1 entry, 2 entries. First entry will be a selector, and we'll say at S. Now that's running as me, so that's just going to grab my name. That's going to say infernal device. And the next one we'll just have as text. We'll put a space there and say has joined the red team. It might not be red, so let's change the word red to our argument we passed, name, and make sure we put a $sign at the beginning. Save. Okay, let's do a reload. Join the red team. Join the red team, and my number is changed to 0. That's cool. My team ID on the right. Green team. Yeah. Blue team. Yeah. Okay, we've got team changing, and we're going to do these signs similar to the way we've done these. So let's do the old cut and paste, because as we know and we've experienced many times, that never goes wrong. So we want to give item sign. So let's copy give team sign, and let's put it into give item sign. Okay, now on line 1 we don't want join team, so we'll change that to give item. We do still want to run a command, but we're going to be running a different function. We don't want to run join team. We want to run, what did we call it? We called it give item, so we'll change that to give item. The item we want to give, it's not going to, it will have an ID, actually. It'll have an item name, will have an ID. But we don't need to pass a name. I think we just need to pass an ID. So what we'll do is we'll remove that one, and we'll just pass the ID. Now that looks okay to me. And then text we'll have empty, and that will be name. And that, okay, let's try, and let's put something in give item. Let's say ID. Save. So we are going to need a name and an ID. The ID is going to be the ID of the block. The name is pretty much going to be the same, but it's going to look nicer. What do I mean by that? Okay, let's look at a block. Let's look at stone. Stone. The ID there is Minecraft Stone, and it's got a little s, but I want the name to have a big S. So let's call the function give item sign. Oh, it ran. It ran probably because I didn't do a reload. Okay, so we try and run it again. We should get fail to instantiate function, missing arguments. Okay, well we know we are missing the arguments ID and name. So let's pass it those. Open and close. ID. Let's say ID is going to be stone, and name is going to be the same, but I'm going to put stone. So we've got a big S. That's the only difference. Or I could say 1 stone for the name, just in case you wanted it different. There we go. Let's try and put this sign down. There we go. So that's where the name is used, and the ID gets passed over to the function. Stone, stone, 1 name. Okay. Now we should be able to just make some other signs now. 1 stone, 1 dirt. Obviously we would want to change that to dirt. And let's make 1 more. 1 surprise. Just to show you that these don't have to be the same. 1 surprise, and what should we what should we do? I don't know. An iron sword. Okay. Let's try that. That one says surprise, and if we click on it, we get iron sword. Okay. All good. And it's running the function, so I think we just need to do the give item function. Exit if the player is already tagged. Now, we could put this check, because we're just going to check to see if they've got a tag. We could put that check here, execute at S, and do a tag check there. I prefer, personally, to put it inside the function, because if I wanted to change it, all these signs would remember the command they were summoned with, and if I wanted to change it, I'd have to break all the signs and put them all back. So I prefer just to check the tag in here. So let's check for the tag. And I think we're going to call it gift given, didn't we? So let's just do execute if entity at S tag equals gift given. And if it is, we will run return fail. We're just going to exit this function. We're not going to go any further. Okay, but if they don't have the tag, we will do a scoreboard, players, operation, and then we'll get our fake player. In our predicate, our fake player is called ID holder. There they are. We'll get our fake player, and we will set their team ID to the player that clicked on the sign's team ID. Now we'll give the item. We will give all players predicate equals 2 equals. No, thank you. My team match. And I put a distance in here as well. Distance equals 0.01 or greater. So it doesn't give it to me, because obviously my team ID matches my team ID. I don't want the item. And here is where we would put the item, and we would say stone or whatever. But remember, we are passing the ID of the item to this function. So let's put the ID of the item in there. And now let's tag them. Tag. Tag S add gift given. So now it won't work again. Okay, let's go back and do a reload and just test it's working before we waffle as we usually do. So let's clear all of that. If I put minions so they've got their first item selected, now I assume that's where the item will go. So let's give them a surprise. Do I already have the tag? So I might already have the tag. Tag myself, remove gift given. Oh, well, that's interesting, isn't it? We're on a different team, but I got the item, whereas no one should have got the item. So what's happened there? Our distance check didn't work. So we've done a distance check here. We're executing as me, but we don't seem to be executing at me. And here is a problem with the signs. Give team sign, give item sign. Now you'll see they're executing as me, but nowhere does it say at. And they execute as me anyway because I'm the one that clicked. So this should say at, if we want to use the distance check later. Whoops. And the same for the team signs. Although we don't use a distance check for the team sign, why not change it anyway? S. Now, you might think, well, I've changed those commands. It's going to work now. Let's do a reload. Let's do a clear. And let's remove that tag from myself and give myself. I've got the item again. Even though we've changed the commands in the function, these signs still remember the old command. So we're going to have to break them. And this is why I like to do as little as possible in the sign, just in case you get a problem like this. So we'll have the surprise sword, and we'll put that down. And we'll have the dirt sign. And we'll get the stone sign. Okay. Okay, let's try again. Let's do a clear so we know. And remove that tag. And go. No one got anything. So the @ is now working. It can do a distance check properly. And no one got anything because Minion is not on my team. So let's remove that tag. And Minion is on the green team, are you, Minion? Okay. There we go. Cool. So we've got it working. All works properly. Now, currently, what's going to happen when I click on Give Item, if I've already given the tag, or if I've already given the item, nothing's going to happen. Now, do you want that? I don't know. If I never give myself the tag, so if I change this and we never get the tag, then I suppose we don't need to bother checking either. No point checking for a tag if we're never going to have it. I think you can guess what's going to happen. Let's do a reload. Let's make sure Minion doesn't have the tag. Now, Minion can click on a sign as many times as they like. They can constantly give me dirt. They could give me that. They could give me swords. Pretty obvious, that one. Maybe we can have a cooldown so they can only give an item every minute. Maybe you don't want to give everyone on the team an item. Maybe just one random player. So we could change that from an A to an R. Now, I believe that should select one random player. I'm sure that's the way it's set up. But on the off chance it's not, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. You can always do a limit = 1 as well. I'm sure @R is one random player. But there we go. We're done. Let's put those back in. So when I upload it, they're still in there. Okay. There we go. We now play our mini game or our arena game or whatever. We come in here. It's like, oh, no, I've died. And now I get to select a special item to give to all my team members. Just one item. And then that's to help them defeat the enemy. Apparently. Okay, there we go. Let's say this one was a request by RexingtonR. Hopefully that is the sort of thing they were after. Take care. Have a great day. And I will see you all soon. Bye-bye.